Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's class. Today we are doing yin yoga for the hips. So it's been a little while since I've done yin yoga and my body is craving it. For those of you who have never practiced yin yoga before, this is a very, very unique style of yoga. We stay on the floor and we hold poses for time. So there's no flow. It's just sitting in pose, holding, finding that comfortable edge, using our breath as a tool to get to the other side, and then we switch sides. So I always recommend for the majority of yin class to keep your eyes closed if you can so that you can stay fully in the experience. And then again, I'll be giving cues and I'll be guiding you through the experience. But when people hear yin, they think it is easy. And while we're not moving much, the practice is not an easy practice. It's a very, very deep practice of introspection. And I'll be talking more about the benefits and what we're really doing. But again, we're going to focus on the hips. So we'll go directly in and we're going to start in butterfly. If you do not already, please grab some pillows or a bolster or props, as many of you will opt to use them as we hold. So starting in butterfly pose, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and pulling the knees in. Then we're going to gently take them out slightly so that we have a nice diamond shape with our feet. Option to put pillows underneath each side if needed for support, or putting a pillow or bolster, bringing the floor higher to yourself as we dive into the pose. So I will be timing as we go in. So we'll take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, we're going to gently round through the spine, tucking chin into chest, and we're going to hold here for time. So again, option to stack pillows to bring the forehead down. We can bring elbows down, hands to the forehead, whatever you need to support yourself, or you can do completely unsupported, just allowing gravity to pull you and hold you in place. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And returning the breath to a normal steady pace in and out through the nose as we take a moment to arrive on our mats today, body, mind, and heart. So we can stay present to our practice by bringing awareness to our breath. So anytime you find your mind wandering into the past or into the future, we can guide it back to the present moment by bringing our awareness and focus to our breath. So observing the breath as it floats naturally in and out through the nose. We can put a count to the breath, matching the count on the inhales with the exhale. So maybe counting to a count of 4 or 5, and then matching the exhales. We can put a color on the breath. So inhaling a color into the body, sending it all the way down the spine, and then observing as we exhale, sending that color back out into the world. So those are just a few mindfulness techniques that you can practice when you find your mind wandering and you want to stay present on your mat. You can also use this time for self-reflection as we pause in stillness, in silence, and as we hold. So yin yoga is a very unique type of yoga that addresses beyond the muscle. So in a typical asana flow practice, a vinyasa flow practice, we're targeting and using our muscles in the movement. And with yin yoga, we are holding still, we are coming to a comfortable edge, and then we are holding for time. And what this does is we really want to release the muscle. So we're not using our muscles in the poses, we're relaxing the muscle. And this is targeting deeper beyond the muscle. So targeting the joints, the connective tissues, deeper than the muscle. And the intention is to activate synovial fluid in the joints. So synovial fluid, the production of it decreases as we age. And so by sitting here, activating that in stillness, we are sending that fluid to the joints, the connective tissues, which can support us in our stretching, strengthening, and mobility. So in yin yoga, our intention is to come to a comfortable edge, but we never want to experience pain. Yes, it may be uncomfortable. Discomfort is okay, but at any time, if you're feeling pain, I ask that you come out of the pose or use more props for support to support you in holding for time. A few more rounds of nourishing breath here in butterfly pose before we transition to the next. Again, I invite you to close your eyes during much of the practice, aside from the transitions as we transition into the next pose. One more deep breath in here. As we exhale, we'll gently press the fingertips into the earth and using gentle strength from the arms to come up through center and then going on into our next pose, which is shoelace pose. So we're going to begin with the right leg on top. So left leg is going to come to the front of the mat. So the knee is bent, leg is bent. We're going to take the right leg on top, meeting at the knees. So feet can come out to the sides. And we'll go in to hold for time. So you should be feeling this on the outside edge of the hip. You may stay here upright, so you can use your hands or just relax hands on your knee, drop the shoulder, deeper pose. We're going to inhale and bow forward. Again, option to bring props or pillows to support you, or you can do unsupported. You can bring the hands here, whatever you need to bow forward, deepening through the stretch, and then we're going to hold for time. So again, option to stay upright. This alone is a great deep stretch through the hips, or you can bow forward, bringing props in for support, and then returning to breath. So taking a deep breath in through the nose, allowing yourself to exhale with a sigh. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, settling into the pose. I always recommend tucking chin in toward the chest to release the back of the neck. And then we'll hold for time. So using any of the mindfulness practices with the breath, or choosing to use this time for self-reflection. Thinking of things that you're ready to release, to let go of, and allowing the deep stretch opening through the hips to support you in that release. Again, if the mind wanders, guiding it back to the present moment by focusing on your breath. And if you're feeling discomfort or if the hips start screaming at you, again, tapping into that power of the breath to get to the other side and get to the end of the stretch. A few more rounds of nourishing breath here before transitioning mindfully to the other side. On the inhale, again, pressing fingertips into the earth, we're going to gently come out of the pose and switching sides. We're going to gently unwrap the legs, bringing the feet to the earth, and then kind of just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And then we'll gently go on to the other side. So this time, right leg is going to bend in toward the body on the bottom. We're going to bring the left knee up and over. Again, pausing here for a breath. Option to stay upright the entire time. We're going to go deeper into the pose. So we'll inhale at center on the exhale, just gently walking forward, coming down, bringing forehead to the knee or to your prop or bolster. And take a deep breath in through the nose, releasing with a sigh. One more deep breath in. And we release with a sigh, allowing ourselves to settle in and surrender to the pose. And continuing to use the power of the breath to support us in holding and sitting still. Again, focusing on those mindfulness breath work techniques to keep our mind focused and centered to this moment. Or using this time for self-reflection. Asking yourself, what in my life is currently getting in the way of me being the best version of myself? What is draining my energy? Who is draining my energy? What is no longer aligned with the person I am today? And then allowing this stretch, this hold, and your breath to support you in releasing the energy of those things from your body. If you're feeling any tightness or discomfort, again, tapping into that power of the breath. Just like off of our mats, when we encounter challenge or discomfort in our lives, we can use that power of our breath to navigate and get through to the other side. Two more rounds of nourishing breath here. On your next inhale, tenting fingers into the earth, gently pressing up. And we'll go directly into the next pose. So we're going to lift the top leg and swing it around, bending at the knee. So we're bent at the knee and both legs are in the same direction. From here, going into deer pose. So again, you can pause here at center, or to deepen the stretch and getting a gentle twist through the spine, we're going to walk the hands all the way to the right hand side. Option to pause here, or option to lay down onto your prop, tucking chin into chest. So just checking in with your body, seeing where you're at today. If you are going to come down to the floor, down to the prop, just know that we're also then targeting the spine and lower back. Otherwise, you can stay upright, dropping the shoulders from the ears, or you can remain at center. Either way, you're going to be getting that stretch through the hip. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. We release with a sigh and release any contracted muscles. So, noticing if the body is tightening anywhere and allowing each cycle of breath to support you in releasing that. So, maybe the muscles around the hips, releasing the glutes, and just allowing yourself to surrender into the pose being held by the earth. There is no need to control, to contract, to hold on. So allowing your breath to support you in releasing the physical body so that we can also release the mind and be present and peaceful in this moment. Continuing to guide yourself back to the present moment with your breath. A few more rounds of nourishing breath on this side. On the inhale, gently using the arms to press yourself up, walking back through center. We're going to go directly onto the other side. So we're just going to gently shift the legs onto the other side, bending at the knees, feet tuck in toward the body. We'll take a deep breath in here. And then again, matching what you did on the other side, or just checking in with yourself. If you want to stay upright here today, focusing deeper on the hip. If you'd like to turn, so getting that twist while stretching through the hip. Or if you're going to fold forward toward the ground, tucking chin into chest, shifting the weight down the spine and to the lower back. All the areas are connected. So by releasing and stretching the lower back, you're also supporting the hip. Wherever you're at, we'll gently close the eyes, taking a deep breath in through the nose and releasing with a sigh. Another deep breath in through the nose. Releasing with a sigh. Surrendering into the pose. Again, ensuring that you're releasing any contracted muscles around the hips. So releasing the glutes, releasing the abdominals. Allowing yourself to surrender to the pose, being supported and held by the earth beneath you. So with each cycle of breath, letting go of control, letting go of contraction, and allowing yourself to fully release. And just noticing what surfaces in the mind, in the body, and in the heart as we hold in silence, listening to the whispers and messages of your soul, and using this time for personal growth. And if any negative thoughts or feelings are arising, allow yourself to release them with each cycle of breath. Also, inviting any emotions to arise, to surface, inviting them and just sitting with them and observing them without judgment. And 2 more rounds of breath here. On the inhale, very, very mindfully and gently coming through center. And to come out of the pose, we're going to actually come onto our knees, onto all fours. Gently shift the weight back over the heels, releasing the arms out in front, forehead comes down to the mat. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, coming through center on all fours, doing 2 very, very slow and mindful cat cows. On the inhale, tilting up toward the sky, dropping the shoulders from the ears. On the exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking chin into chest. Again, inhale, coming forward. On the exhale, we round. Inhale, coming through center. And from here, we're going into sleeping swan, otherwise known as pigeon pose. So we're going to walk the wrists forward and bring the right leg just behind the wrists. Back foot, we walk the knee back, untuck the toes, and gently look over the shoulder to make sure that the ankle and foot are in proper alignment, coming directly out of the leg. We're going to inhale here at center. And again, always an option to stay in upright pigeon. You'll still be getting a deep stretch. Otherwise, we'll inhale at center. On the exhale, gently walking the hands forward, coming into sleeping swan. Again, option to grab those pillows for comfort and to bring the floor a little bit higher. And then we hold for time. So we'll make sure to balance the weight between the hips. We'll take an inhale here at center. And then on the exhale, release with a sigh. One more inhale through the nose. We exhale to release. Now on the next inhale, I want you to contract all of the muscles around the hips, the glutes. Tighten and contract the muscles. Inhale here. And then on the exhale, releasing the muscles, letting go of control, and allowing yourself to fully surrender into the pose. Again, allowing the earth to hold you, and allowing each cycle of breath to bring you deeper into peace and presence in the physical body, in the mind, and the emotions in the heart. And here we hold for time. So again, focusing on those mindfulness techniques with breath to stay present, or using this time for self-reflection, just noticing what surfaces, releasing what doesn't serve you, and calling in what you want more of. Remembering to always return to the breath if the mind wanders, guiding yourself back to this moment. And if you're feeling any discomfort, focusing deeper on the breath and allowing the breath to get you to the other side of the challenge and of the stretch. Using the safe space on your mat to practice the tools so that we can more gracefully and easily navigate challenges and discomfort off of our mats. Two more nourishing rounds of breath here. On the next exhale, very gently pressing yourself through center. We're going to send the leg back, and again, very gently sending the hips above the heel, shifting the weight back. Forehead comes down to the mat. Maybe shifting the weight gently from side to side. And then we'll go on to the other side. So again, walking the hands forward. We're going to gently send the left knee forward. Planting the hands, we're going to gently look over the shoulder, making sure that foot and ankle are coming directly out of the leg in proper alignment. We'll inhale here at center. Again, always an option to stay in upright pigeon. Or for the full pose, we're going to exhale coming forward. Again, using the props as needed, as many pillows or bolsters as needed to get comfortable. Or you can always do unsupported, bringing the forehead down to the earth. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Releasing with a sigh. And then again, for contrast, on the next inhale, we're going to contract all of the muscles around the hips, contract the glutes. Inhaling here, and then on the exhale, gently releasing all the muscles, allowing yourself to surrender into the pose, balancing weight between the hips and being supported and held by the earth beneath you. So using these final breaths in this posture to support your growth and your journey to personal growth and development. And again, just observing what arises, the thoughts in your mind, feelings in your heart, or the sensations in the physical body. And gently guiding and navigating the things that arise with your breath and with that cycle of release. Two more rounds of breath here. On the next inhale, gently pressing arms up. We're going to send the leg back. We're going to separate the knees, heels comes together, and we're ending in child's pose. So we'll shift the hips over the heels, walk the hands out, and again, always an option to use your proper pillow to support you in the pose for a more supported pose. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, forehead comes down to the mat or to the prop. And this is our final pose. So using these final cycles of breath to support you on your journey of release. So allowing any final stagnant or stale energy in the body to release with each cycle of breath, releasing it with the exhales. A few more nourishing cycles of breath here. On the inhale, very gently walking the hands up. We're going to shift onto our seat, stretching the legs out in front and just ending in a brief forward fold to stretch the back of the legs. On the inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. On the exhale, diving forward, tucking the chin into the chest to release the back of the neck. Just getting a stretch through the back of the legs, the lower back. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly coming up through center, just shaking out the legs and coming to a comfortable seat. We'll place the hands on the lap facing down as a gesture of grounding and gently close the eyes, dropping the shoulders from the ears. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a smile. Gently floating the hands to the heart, bowing the chin to the chest. And just taking these final moments of gratitude. Thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today to support you on your journey. And aligning body, mind, and heart. And then silently or aloud, repeating the affirmation. I am whole as I am in this moment. Again, I am whole as I am in this moment. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining. I have been missing my yin, so I hope you all enjoyed that. And I will see you all again on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend.